Sports. It's the Holly Grove Show, starring Holly Grove. She was an event and party planner for 7+ years. Holly is currently an MC disc jockey and has been for the last 6 years. Holly knows how to get the party started and keep the party going. It's the Holly Grove Show.
Hello and welcome to the Holly Grove Show. My name is Holly Grove. Some of you may know me as DJ Holly Grove as well. I have a special guest here today. He calls himself Steck. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us about what you do?
Well, as she just said, my name is Steck. I do a little bit of everything, but right now we're speaking on the photo booth. What we do is we provide an actual photo booth where your guests can take pictures and have it printed out on the spot, where you see everything. We provide props from many different ranges, and we just bring excitement to the party.
I've seen those cool sunglasses and hats, huh? That's pretty cool. You dress them up in different outfits.
Well, what we do is we put it all out, and as we take the pictures and everything, people switch, and they put on different shades and different masks and whatever they like, and they enjoy themselves.
Okay, cool. Well, how long have you been in the business?
In total, I would say exactly 5 years. Coming up.
Right about 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
Has your business always been here in South Florida?
Yes, I've actually been here for about 14 years, going on 15. I've never left. I've never been anywhere.
Oh, okay. So where are you originally from?
West Palm.
Oh, okay. Born and raised in West Palm here. Okay.
Yes.
Now, what are the different types of photo booths, and what sets you aside from the rest?
Well, there's many different types, but on ours, it's spacious, so you are able to fit as many as from 10 to 15 people all in there, and it's wide. You have enough room where everybody doesn't have to bump into one another, and it's great, and it's portable, so it's not something that it's there where it's hard, it's gonna fall over or anything like that. And
how long does it take you to set up when you do arrive at a party?
Normally it takes about 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, and to break it down to
same.
The same?
Yeah, roughly about 10 to 15 minutes, if not less. I usually bring one of my colleagues with me just to make the process a little bit faster.
Okay, very cool. What kind of budget should I set aside when hiring someone to bring a photo booth out to my house? And should the photos be included with my price?
Yes, the photos are included with the price. Normally, it depends on how long you want the actual booth to be at the event.
Okay.
Most people usually do 2 to 3 hours, and I would say rough ranges between $300 to $400. If not, maybe even less if you're doing, like an hour and a half or something like that. But in all of our packages, the photos are included. As many as you can take while you have the actual booth out there is all included with the price.
And that should be, if they were to call anyone, that should be the standards they should expect.
Exactly. I would assume so, yes.
Okay, awesome. What gave you the idea to start the company?
It's because I was actually doing, event videography and also taking pictures, and one of my friends and I, his name is Kirk, we were at an event filming, and we thought about it. Hey, how about if you could take the pictures and people get it right there and then. Now we later on went to look into it, and we noticed that it was out there, so we kind of put our minds together and got our own and made ours a little bit different. And like I said, ours is bigger than the ones out there. It's lighter and it's portable. So after that, we actually set up at the bowling alley to see how well everything went. And it was a great success. And from then, we started getting more and more business, and everybody loves us. And we have videos explaining how everything is done. So it was great.
Oh, okay.
It's been great.
I'd also like to remind everybody that today we are going to start birthday and congratulations shout out. So that'll be coming up here soon. So if you have someone special in your life having a birthday, or you want to say congratulations to someone, please do call the show. It's 888-565-1470. Call the Holly Grove Show. and go ahead and give a shout out. Also, today we are going to be starting something new. Listen to win it. So if you're listening between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. on the Holly Grove Show, you'll have a chance to win. Today, your prize is going to be a home brewing class from BX Beer Depot. So be sure you're listening in this hour to the Holly Grove Show. Okay, Steck. Let's go ahead and give the viewers your full name and phone number in case they do want to book you.
All right. Well, my name is Steck, and my last name is Joseph. Phone number is 561-889-8855. Feel free to call, text, and my email is info, which is info at steckdesigns.com, STEKDESIGNS.com. Again, feel free to send me an email, text, and it's the same on the web for Facebook, Instagram, at Steck Designs, and there's numerous ways to contact us. You choose whichever one you'd like.
Okay, and also I want to ask you, when I give my deposit to you, what should be expected? Should 50%, 25%, just to reserve you for my party or event date?
Well, we are asking at the moment for at least a 30% deposit.
Okay.
That way, and we explain everything to you in detail, what you're getting with the package and how everything is done. You know, when we're setting up and where and location. Everything is explained to you thoroughly to make sure there's no confusion at the end.
And the rest of my money would be due on the day of the event. After the event is over, I made sure everything went well.
Well, we normally do after the event just to make sure everything went well. But we've had certain clients that as soon as we got there, it was like, hey, here you go, set up over here and make sure, don't bother me for the rest of the night. But everything, it's kind of up to you or the person renting us, really, per se, but we would normally either ask for the rest at the night of or at the end of that night.
Okay, and it's a non-refundable deposit, so I know myself as a DJ, I give them a little bit of a window to cancel, and their deposit will still be refundable. Do you do something like that with your company?
Right. Well, what we do is, like I said, we make sure we explain everything thoroughly to make sure there's no confusion at the end as far as to what you were expecting and what we don't actually provide.
Before you arrive, and let's say I booked you, but I found a better deal, or I just decided to do without the photo booths entirely. How many days should there be in between the party and calling you to cancel where I can get my initial deposit back?
Right. I would ask at least 5 to 7 days.
Okay.
If anything, the quicker the better. But I would at least ask for 1 week notice, just to make sure we already know that you're not having us at the party for us to show up and you canceled.
So do you mostly depend on referrals and stuff like that for your business, or is there places you advertise, or where can I find a photo booth if I'm looking to have one at my party or event? Where do I go? Where do I start?
Well, for now, you can actually go on the website, which is steckdesigns.com.
Okay. But if I'm just finding anybody, where would I normally go to look?
When we were doing our research as far as to what's out there, we pretty much Googled our around our area photo booths that are able to be rented and provide the same services we were trying to offer at the same time. So if you Google and pretty much you put your location, and you should find other competitors out there and go from there.
Okay. What are some questions I should ask before I hire you or someone with photo booths? What are some good questions I should ask?
What's included with your package? How long you're going to be there? And how many guests are you expecting? At least that's what we ask to make sure we provide enough equipment. And like I said, there's no confusion as far as to what we're going to actually be out there presenting in a way.
Okay, very cool. Do you charge? You don't charge by the amount of people that took photos?
No.
It's unlimited, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if you want to give your contact information again to the people at home so they do have it,
All
go
right.
ahead.
Again, my name is Steck. Last name is Joseph. You can go on our website, which is www.steckdesigns.com. Again, phone number is 561-889-8855. Feel free to text, call, And my email is info@stekdesigns.com. Again, that's info, at stekdesigns, STEKDESIGNS.com.
Okay, and there's some. I want to go over all the different type of props you have. We've seen the pictures of the hats and the glasses. What other type of props?
We have cowgirl, cowboy, let's see, mustaches. We have so many, but
What's the most popular prop you seem to come across?
The glasses, actually. People love them. They think it's silly. Kids love it. It fits everyone. They put it on their faces and make silly faces. It's great. And we have it in a variety of color, and that's the most famous one, I would say.
So do you have different sizes of glasses?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. even the kids, they wear them, and it's great.
Okay, I want to remind everybody we're going to be having coming up. Listen to Win It, and it's for the 12th caller. They are going to be winning a home brewing class from BX Beer Depot. So make sure that you are the 12th caller, because that certainly is something good. And also coming up on the Holly Grove Show, we're going to have Normand. He's going to be showing us and telling us how to make beer for your party or event right from your house. And we also are going to have Sim on and Doug on, and they are going to be teaching us the power of healing through music, which is it's really cool, right? What are some types of things you like at parties and events?
Well, the parties that we've gone to, the atmosphere is fun. It's exciting, and if not we definitely make it.
Well, we're going to have to take a break right now. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is Stek. It was a pleasure having you on our show, Stek.
It was great being here.
Have a party or event coming up? DJ Holly Grove is the entertainment. The reason she comes so highly recommended is because of her experience and dedication to the success of your event. DJ Holly Grove is outgoing and fun-spirited. Holly will personally see to it that you and your guests have the best time ever. High quality, professional DJ services at reasonable rates. Go to rainbowbrightdj.com. That's rainbowbrightdj.com. Times are tough, and right now those in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. Amp2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. Amp2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP2.TV. Have a party or event coming up? DJ Holly Grove is the entertainment. The reason she comes so highly recommended is because of her experience and dedication to the success of your event. DJ Holly Grove is outgoing and fun-spirited. Holly will personally see to it that you and your guests have the best time ever. High quality, professional DJ services at reasonable rates. Go to rainbowbrightdj.com. That's rainbowbrightdj.com.
To be a guest on the Holly Grove Show, please visit our website, hollygroveshow.com. Tell us about your experience in the event and party planning industries. That's hollygroveshow.com. Hello, welcome back to the Holly Grove Show. I have two special guests on today. We have Sim Gottsman and Doug Tesler.
Hello.
They're going to be talking about the power of healing through music. So first, I have a couple questions for both of you. Okay. Okay, so how many years have you actually been playing music?
Since I was really like 4 years old.
Since you were 4
4
years
years old,
old.
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
very cool. And Sim, how long have...
Telling you the whole story, though. He was asleep playing the piano. And so his parents had to take him somewhere to find out, what in the world is this kid doing?
Okay,
That's why I call him a musical savant.
okay. And what made you want to heal people with music?
Well, I found out that it really is something that's on the up and up, and they consider vibrational healing a new subject and a new thing that's being used everywhere.
Of course, it's really a very old thing that's been being used. I became very interested in acupuncture and became an acupuncture physician because of the Yellow Emperor story about certain particular tones healing different parts of the body. So we put the two things together and went, whoa, wait a minute, there's something amazing going on here. So Doug is pointing at his very special American Indian flute. And maybe before we talk any more about it, maybe we should just play some music. What I have is a angel harp,
It's just a
and it has something called portals.
There you go.
And there's two different ways to play my angel harp. One way is to play it with the portals out so people get healed from the sound from the harp.
Okay.
And the other way is to play it so that the energy and the solfeggio tones of the harp come to you into your own body. So
Okay.
I'm going to kind of do a combination of both. And Doug is going to play one of his very special Native American Indian flutes that was kind of specially made for him by an American Indian.
All right, awesome. Let's hear it. Well, that was absolutely beautiful. What was that song called? Do you have any?
We don't give them song
No
names.
song
no.
names. So how do you know which
It's-
one you're
it-
gonna?
we don't even know, sweetheart. It
Really?
just kind of
This is
flows.
automatic.
It-
Flows.
Whatever it is.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And what were the names of those instruments again?
Okay, this is a Native American Indian flute that Doug was playing.
Yeah, and this is
Okay.
in the key of G. And as you can see, it's really beautiful. It has opal,
Inlaid moonstone,
moonstone,
I think.
and then it also has turquoise and made out of cedar. They call this aromatic cedar because you can smell it, and it smells like
Like
really,
s-
Now we
really
need
amazing.
smell-o-vision, right?
Now, you say an American Indian gave him that instrument. How did that come about?
I connected with this guy because I went to a music store and some of his flutes were there, and Sam Ash didn't know what they were, so they gave them to me. It's like a really great price.
Really?
And then I called up High Spirit Flutes and spoke to the owner, and I said, I would like to represent your flutes. And he says, great.
So we've actually been starting to share some of these special American Indian flutes with a couple of people here in this local area.
That's really cool. You know,
Yeah.
speaking of that, the Children's Miracle Network and Remax Prestige, they're actually doing this really good charity event coming up on November 1st. It's going to be at the Lake Worth Playhouse. And what they do is they take the local talents to sing, and they put this wonderful show together, and all the donations do go to Children's Miracle Network. And again, that's Remax Prestige and Children's Miracle Network putting that together. That's going to be on November 1st. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, please be sure to get your tickets. It's a great cause, and the talent is local here out of South Florida. And let me tell you, these children have voices of angels, and what is such a great thing that they're doing. So
Cool.
I just wanted to share that with you both. It's absolutely awesome. So, Miss Sim, would you like to tell the folks at home some more?
Yeah.
Now, also, I'm not just a spiritual healer that does healing and healing music. I also do parties and weddings and bar mitzvahs.
He's a rock and roller too. He's
and I
amazing.
play in all kinds of bands like jazz bands, blues bands. Tonight, I'm going to be at Cavaro's in Delray.
Oh, you can check them out.
Performing
with
there.
Addison.
And there's also
Palmore.
a drum circle in downtown Delray, right off of Swinton and Old School Square. I'm going to be there tonight also.
With all the drummers. It's
Yeah.
a community
Awesome.
event. Everybody comes out, and it's
awesome.
really a
There's
lot of fun.
Dancers and
Yeah.
fire and
Wow, that's really good that you guys are into that.
And we also have a friend named Elaine Silver, and we also play music with a rabbi. And Friday night is Shabbos at Art Serve, and it's going to be the very first time that Elaine is going to come and maybe play a song with us. And it's also Simchat Torah, which is kind of what my name is after. And it's really an amazing event because they actually take the Torah out. And I've never heard of any other group doing this, but they actually take the whole Torah out, and people get to touch it with special gloves because it's very old.
Okay.
And people get to point to a part that feels right to them, and there's certain people that will be there to give them little mini readings right out of the Torah,
Exactly.
which is really
Oh, wow.
phenomenal. That
It's very
Wow.
cool.
it's really something. Yeah. So we're pretty excited about that. And then actually on Sunday, we have two more events. We have
Hey, well,
a
let me
Kirtan.
talk to. We
Okay,
can't
sorry,
go
I
over
got
all
excited.
the events. I'm sure you've got a whole list of events, but
Well,
we
it's the
can't
first
do
time
them
we
all.
have so many all at once.
Look at that! It must be that blood moon.
Yeah, the blood moon is
I
like,
think you're right.
How about that? Tell me what you all think about that blood moon.
well, supposedly we won't see another one in our lifetime for sure. And it's a very special way that the planets have all lined up so that this happens to open up. We had a friend talking to us as a very amazing spiritual healer last night, talking to us about how it's a time for us to really go within and find our power and, look at things that we haven't looked at and really look at, where we are and where we want to go.
And release negativity.
And, yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Because I felt a lot of energy and I couldn't even sleep. It was so intense, the energy. And then they had the flooding in Boca and Delray from the tides coming up.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
really, really intense.
A lot of interesting things going on many different levels. Even meeting you is pretty amazing because this is our first time even meeting each
Absolutely.
other and
Thank
seeing each other. It's like, wow.
Very magical.
And I would like to say today is Doug's birthday.
Oh,
So
thank
we
you.
definitely do appreciate you joining us. Now, I have a birthday hat for you.
Thank you.
And we got you a very special Holly Grove cup. It looks like this.
Oh, awesome.
For your birthday, a little special birthday gift.
Thank
Listen,
you.
if you'd like to put this party hat on so
Okay.
we can party.
I'll wear it for you.
Sim's gonna get. She doesn't want to mess up that nice hair you got going on. So now, tell me a little bit. You guys you want to help children stay off drugs through music. Tell me a little bit about that.
We have actually put together a program for addiction centers, but also for senior citizens.
Okay.
To help them learn how to find their center, how to get calm, how to deal with pain, how to deal, not just physical pain, but emotional pain too. So what Doug and I have done is combined the information about acupuncture points, flows of energy in the body, combine that with Qigong and breathing exercises, and then oming and doing the live music with them, like what you just heard before. And by the time we leave, everybody's at a totally other different place than when we started.
And I play this. and-
Yeah, so
and
we got to
everybody
play the
loves
dig.
it.
Let me tell you a little
Okay,
bit about. Should
all
I
right.
talk while you play, or just should I shut up for a little bit?
No, please tell us about
Okay,
it, and
let
then,
me tell
then
you
we'll
about the
listen.
dig a
And
little
then I'll
bit, because
play it.
okay,
Yeah.
it's really pretty amazing. They say that the didgeridoo is the oldest instrument in the world, and that it was really found because of the ants that cleaned out the eucalyptus trees. And then what happened is the wind blew over the top of the eucalyptus, and they heard this sound. And the Aborigines said, this is the sound of God telling us. This is a way we can communicate with other members of our tribe. Even though we can't see them, they can hear us. And so it became a magical instrument to them to communicate with other members of the tribe. Different sounds meant different things, and they saw it as a vibrational tool for healing.
Wow, that I love that. Okay, very cool.
And the coolest thing is,
Yes.
before Doug starts, is
Yes.
that Doug has learned how to do something called circular breathing. And I can't figure out how to do it, but I do get high from breathing with him. So my
Okay.
suggestion is that everybody try and breathe with him, because what he's doing is, as he's breathing out, he also is breathing in. So it's a continuous breath where he never stops. So if you try and breathe with him, what it does is it actually changes your brain wave rhythms from where we normally are, which is beta, to something called alpha, which is where the magic happens. That's the magic time between sunset and sunrise. That's the twilight time. That's when our bodies produce more endorphins and enkephalins, and when healing occurs. Go
Okay,
ahead,
and
Doug.
what I like to always say is music is the safest addiction because you can't overdose on music. You
That's
can have
true.
as much as you need.
I'll help hold it for you. Whoop.
All
Okay,
right,
we got
let's
it. Introduce
introduce
spacer.
Doug.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to vibrate this whole thing. There's nothing in here. It's all me.
Okay, all right.
It sounds
around.
like voices at one point. It's pretty amazing.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, do you hold your breath, or you gotta breathe in real quick?
Breathe in real quick. That's
Oh my goodness, that is absolutely wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna cut to a commercial, and when we come back, we will talk to you some more.
Okay.
Okay.
thank you. Have a party or event coming up? DJ Holly Grove is the entertainment. The reason she comes so highly recommended is because of her experience and dedication to the success of your event. DJ Holly Grove is outgoing and fun-spirited. Holly will personally see to it that you and your guests have the best time ever. High quality, professional DJ services at reasonable rates. Go to rainbowbrightdj.com. That's rainbowbrightdj.com.
To be a guest on the Holly Grove Show, please visit our website, hollygroveshow.com. Tell us about your experience in the event and party planning industries. That's hollygroveshow.com. This is time for birthday shout-outs. Hello and welcome back to the Holly Grove Show. My name is Holly Grove, and I am here with Sim and Doug, and they are teaching us the power of healing through music, and also how you can use music to beat your drug addiction or any addiction in your life. I also would like to invite everybody out to a charity event. It's really a good thing that Remax, Prestige, and Children's Miracle Network are actually doing together. It's going to be held at the Lake Worth Playhouse. And you can get your tickets by going online to lakeworthhastalent.com. That's lakeworthhastalent.com. You can get tickets to this wonderful event. It benefits the children from the Children's Miracle Network. All proceeds go to them. And again, that web address is hastalent.com, and what they're doing is taking a lot of local talent, and they've put together a nice show that's going to be November 1st at the Lake Worth Playhouse. So make sure you go online and get your tickets, lakeworthhastalent.com. Okay, so Sim, I was talking to you about the children that have drug issues, and I'd really like to emphasize on that during our show tonight. So if you can please tell us a little bit more into detail regarding that.
I think what happens to young people these days is that they don't see any other way to find a place to be peaceful. And in school, no one teaches you about breathing. We're all breathing up in the top part of our bodies. We forget that when we're born, how we breathe is right where our belly button is. That's how we got all the information when we were in our mother's womb. It came through our belly button. And when we're first born as babies, we breathe using our belly. It's called belly breathing. But as we get older and the stress keeps piling up and piling up, we don't even know that we are supposed to breathe from our belly, that that's where all our organs are. So what we tend to do is we start to breathe up in our shoulders and up in the top part of our chest. And we create so much stress for ourselves that the majority of young people out there are looking for some way to get rid of all this stress. And no one teaches them in school about breathing. No one teaches them about meditation. No one teaches them that there's a place where they can find calmness, where they can find their center, where they can feel powerful, even if the outside world doesn't think they're doing anything right at all. It doesn't matter. And so we have all this stress being put on us in our modern society. And what Doug and I really love to do is to walk into a room where these people are that feel so kind of lost, and they're looking for, what do I do? And first thing I do is, how many of you would like to be able to sleep at night? So is it okay if I teach you just a really simple exercise?
Sure, absolutely.
A series
Go
of
ahead.
things that you can do. You're laying in bed and you can't fall asleep, okay? Because you have all this stuff in your head that you're thinking about.
Exactly.
And so how do we calm ourselves down to be in a place where we can relax? First thing we can do is, this is amazing, it's so simple. Just put the tongue on the roof of your mouth. What you're doing is you're connecting your REN and your DO meridians. Then you can only breathe through your nose. The minute you start to breathe through your nose and you take your hands and you put them over your belly button, you complete 2 major energy circuits in your own body. So if you put your hands together, ooh, we got a little feedback there. If we put our hands together, our thumb and our index fingers fit perfectly together. There's a major point in the center called Hoku. So there's this little web in between our thumb and our second finger. So you put your hands together, they fit perfect, and they go right over your belly button. So you're laying now flat in bed. You have the tongue on the roof of your mouth. You're breathing in and out through your nose. And you breathe in, you hold the air in your belly as long as it's comfortable, and you slowly let it out through your nose. And there's one other thing I didn't say at the beginning, but I will now. If you massage your ears a little bit before you start, then what you're doing, your ear is a little hologram of your whole body system. So it's like massaging your whole body just by rubbing your ears, from your lobe to the top of your ear and back down. You do that a couple times so your ears are a little warm. Put your hands over your belly button, tongue on the roof of your mouth, and do 3-4 breaths, and I promise you'll fall asleep. So if I can just share that one thing with these people,
Yeah.
they don't have to take a Xanax. They don't have to take a drug.
They thank us the next time we come. They go, "Thank you so much. I've been able to sleep better."
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
It's just
how
something that simple.
Yeah, something.
But when
so
we
simple.
start to teach people Qigong and we let them feel their own energy, like for instance, most people don't know that we are full of Qi. We have this energy and we can feel, like why do we say, I felt like someone was standing behind me, but I didn't look. And then, there was someone behind me. And what that is it's our own Qi. So if people, I introduce people to their own Qi just so simply. If everybody, even if I can't see you because you're on the other side of the radio, if you just take your hands and you rub them together, just rub your hands together.
Real fast.
Real fast, so your hands get warm. You're like when we're cold, like not here in Florida, but other places when we get cold. And now, once your hands have been moving together for a while, stop. And imagine that you have an imaginary ball in between your hands. And your fingertips are just barely touching. And you just barely move them so they're almost touching, and move them just a little bit away, just imperceptibly. And what you start to feel is your own Qi. That's your own Qi. You've generated your own Qi, that simple. So another thing I teach people
Qi
to
is
do.
magnetic and electrical. It's
He's a
magnetic and
scientist.
electrical energy produced, and it's everywhere. It's in your body. It's out here.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're about to be doing birthday shout outs. So that's going to be coming up very shortly. And that's if you have anybody to say congratulations to or happy birthday to. We need you to go ahead and call in the show and give your shout outs. And also coming up is Listen to Win It. Okay, looks like we're going to be doing birthday shout outs right now. So if you have someone in your life to say congratulations to or happy birthday to, call us on the show right now at 888-565-1470. Give us a call. I know tonight I'd like to say happy birthday to my Aunt Jean. Her name is Jean Airbar, and she's a very special person in my life, so I definitely want to give her a shout out. Happy birthday, Aunt Jeannie. Also, my daughter won her first horseback competition. Yes, and she was a little under the weather, but I said, hey, this is just here right now, so if you want it, do you feel good enough? And she said, yes, Mom, I want it, and I feel good.
All right.
Now, she doesn't have a lot of lessons or her own horse, but she got in there. She was in 4 races. She took first place in all, which made her the
Whoa.
grand champion. And she had 103 temperatures, so a runny nose and strep throat.
Wow.
Okay. So call in with your birthday or congratulations shout out. Also, one more happy birthday because it's Doug's birthday today. And I feel
you.
so special. Sim and Doug are on the show with me today. So call in with those shout outs. We're waiting for your call. 888-565-1470. The Holly Grove Show. Okay, so Doug and Sim,
Okay.
you may continue.
So the other thing that I do is I create music, original music, and I write all styles of music. So, like, I used to write jingles for commercials, and I used to do film scores for, movies, and I have 2 CDs that are out now, and
These are his CDs.
they're actually on
Right
iTunes.
here.
They're on.
We get his CDs from iTunes. Go ahead.
So it's all healing music. The one that has me on the cover with the iguana.
Actually, we
There
call
he
him
is.
Oscar. The iguana, not Doug.
So that one is all original music, and
We call it like a shamanic journey.
Tell
it really
him the names
takes you
of your
somewhere.
CDs.
names of
and
the
your,
CDs is Primordial Future.
And our other one is Angel's Landing. It has my angel harp on it with all of Doug's different instruments.
2
and
angel harps.
Yes, 2 angel harps. And it's music to use when you want to get a massage or if you want to do some yoga,
Or
you want to do
relaxation.
some meditation, you want to fall asleep. It has Salveggio tones in it. So we did a lot of music till Doug, because he has perfect pitch, was able to figure out which ones had the harmonics in it that would bring you to that other space where your body just automatically
Salveggio
goes into
is-
alpha.
Salveggio tones are Italian, basically, and it dates back to the Bible. So
Okay.
basically, they're frequencies that actually are related to each of our organs in our body.
Okay, very cool.
So it's kind of ancient frequency.
Are these your first 2 CDs that
Yeah,
you
we're
put
working
on?
on another one.
Okay, very cool. So if people want to book you for a party or an event, I know that you do private performances. So how
Yes.
can they find you?
Well, they can find me on Facebook now as Doug Tessler.
And they can also find me under Sim Gottesman, even though we've been together for 30 years. I liked my last name, and he liked his last name, so we're still
But
individuals.
you're married with different names.
Yeah, and,
Okay,
we work
okay.
together, and it's like we're together, but we come apart on occasion.
Well, music certainly must keep you together too.
Yes, it really does.
And
It's quite
I'm also a
remarkable.
video editor and producer, and I film, things like infomercials and commercials.
Oh, we have a caller on the phone. Hi, how are you? Thanks for calling the Holly Grove Show.
How are we doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you? Do you have a shout out or someone you want to say happy birthday to or congratulations?
I just want to say happy birthday to Ken Jones.
Okay, happy birthday, Mr. Jones. Y'all join me. Let's say happy birthday. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday. Thank you so much for calling the Holly Grove Show.
Your radio station is really impressive. It's really good. I'm going to start telling all my friends to listen in.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
No problem. Have a great evening.
Hey, you too, sir. Thanks for calling the Holly Grove Show.
I thought that was maybe our friend Matt, who are also doing some video work, and we also have a film that we've started to work on with Eric, which is going to be about Alzheimer's. It's called
It's a
A Love
documentary.
Story. It's a documentary
Oh, really?
that we're also working on.
That'll be released in December.
And we also just finished a project for a Russian shaman who just went back to Estonia, and it's about the 13 Tibetan rites that are
Okay.
special exercises that help really empower your ability physically and emotionally and spiritually to reach a little different level than where we're usually always at. It's pretty exciting. It involves some spinning and some other pretty interesting exercises.
You guys had some pictures of healing on the beach and stuff. Do you like to normally go to a quiet place like that or parks where it's...
Yeah.
But we party too. We go to clubs.
They're party animals too.
Yeah, we do both. It's a good balance.
Yeah, all right. What do you
that-
play musically in the bands? What kind of instruments? I mean, when you're in the
Well,
rock and roll style.
Saxophones mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I step back and do the videotaping at that point.
Okay.
I'm the healer with the harp, and he's the musician that can do just about anything. One of my favorite moments, we have a friend named Bob, and he saw Doug walk in the door, and before Doug could even put his flute together, he started playing Jethro Tull. And I just picked up my video camera and said, "Hurry, Doug, hurry, hurry, before your favorite part happens." So I got video of him quickly putting his flute together so he could play.
Yeah. So again, real quick, I'd like to tell everybody at home to please go to lakeworthhastalent.com, purchase tickets for the charity events coming up on November 1st. It's a great cause. Donations go to the children in need. And it's put on by REMAX and the Children's Miracle Network. That's lakeworthhastalent.com. And we're going to take a break. When we get back, we're going to show you how to brew your own beer with Normans. Have a great night, and thank you all for being on my show.
Thank you.
We have a meditation on Tuesday. It's Simply Yoga. I just got to throw that in with our friend Aaron Erickson. Thank you.
As a professional photographer since 1987, I have experience in listening to and providing for my customers' needs. I specialize in commercial and residential real estate photography services, as well as architectural and industrial photography. From product shots to business portraits, I treat every client and project with professionalism and care. My goal is to provide ultimate customer satisfaction. Please contact me for a quote on any project you may have. I pay close attention to detail and quality while offering reasonable pricing. I can provide images for web or print. My website provides private or public viewing of your proofs and the ability to order prints, enlargements, digital downloads, greeting cards, and hundreds of photo gifts from the nation's top labs, if you so desire. Ordering is easy and fast, and you have the ability to instantly crop photos to your liking. Please browse my site and return often to see my latest work. We offer professional drone photography and video services as well. Serving Martin County to Miami, I can be reached fast at my cell phone, 561-909-9902. Thank you.
Have a party or event coming up? DJ Holly Grove is the entertainment. The reason she comes so highly recommended is because of her experience and dedication to the success of your event. DJ Holly Grove is outgoing and fun-spirited. Holly will personally see to it that you and your guests have the best time ever. High quality, professional DJ services at reasonable rates. Go to rainbowbrightdj.com. That's rainbowbrightdj.com.
To be a guest on the Holly Grove Show, please visit our website, hollygroveshow.com. Tell us about your experience in the event and party planning industries. That's hollygroveshow.com.
That's fine.
Hi, and welcome back to the Holly Grove Show. My name is Holly Grove, otherwise known as DJ Holly Grove. We are back with my special guest, Norman. Hi.
Hello.
Thank you
Hello.
for being on my show.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so you like to make beer from home.
I do. It's very fun and very easy.
All right, well, how did you get started making beer?
Well, I got a little homebrewing kit for Christmas. It was just a 1-gallon kit, and I started my first batch that next January, and really, really liked it. And it was just a hobby that I wanted to take further.
So why do you make your own beer?
You make your own the same reason you make your own bread. It's just so much better. It's so much fun, and there's kind of a sense of accomplishment or pride in serving something that you made yourself. And if it's a special event, making your own beer kind of lends itself to making a special bottle cap and a special label, so it can be for a college graduation or a wedding anniversary or a birthday party, really whatever you're celebrating.
Okay, so what does it cost to get started?
To get started, for a little 1-gallon kit, it's going to be about $40. And then with the ingredients, you're looking at about $50 to start. And if you want to do 5 gallons, then it's going to be about $100, about that.
Okay.
But after you get your equipment, then to make your beer, it's only about $1 a bottle.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I know, right?
Okay, and right now it is Listen to Win It. So we're going to take the 12th caller at 888-565-1470 right now for your chance to win. And today's prize is going to be a BX Beer Depot. They will be giving away a home brewing class, so you get to actually go there and learn how to make your own beer.
Yes, that is correct.
And that is just awesome. So we're going to take the 12th caller here at the Holly Grove Show for your chance to win. And we're going to ask Norman a few more questions while we're waiting on those phone calls.
Fire away.
Okay, so tell us how hard it is to make.
It's really actually very easy. I mean, if you consider that people have been making beer for thousands of years with much less sophisticated equipment than you have in your kitchen. So it's really not that hard. If you can boil water and read a thermometer, then you can make beer.
Okay. How long does it take to make?
The brew day itself is going to take about 4 hours. That's not all active. Part of that is inactive.
Okay.
By inactive, I mean kind of like your washing machine. You set it to go, and then you can kind of walk away for a while. Part of it is very active, where you really got to be actively, let's say, cooling down something. After that, then the beer has to sit for about 2 weeks, and then you bottle it and give it a little extra sugar for the alcohol or the yeast to nibble on, and then about another week. So 3 weeks total.
Okay. And we have a caller on the line.
Hello,
Hello?
caller.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
You are caller number 10. We need caller number 12. Almost caller number 12.
Okay.
Did you have a shout out to give to someone?
My friend Andrea's birthday.
All right. Happy
Awesome.
birthday,
Happy birthday.
Andrea. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday.
All right. Shout out to Andrea. Call us right back. We're looking for caller number 12 to listen to Win It. So we need caller number 12. Thank you. So, what is an IPA?
An IPA that stands for India Pale Ale. That got invented by, over in England, they were shipping their beers over to their soldiers in India, and by the time it was getting there, it was spoiling. So what the brewers did is they shoved in a lot more hops into the barrel right before it was shipped over, and this gave the beer a very hoppy flavor or characteristic to it. And the soldiers started to like this beer, and so when they got home back to England, they were asking for it. So that is how that style got started.
Okay, my next question is, what is a hop?
What is a hop? Okay. Hop is kind of the spice of beer. The body of beer is going to be made from the barley, the malted barley. That's kind of divided into your two-row, which is kind of your workhorse. Then you got your specialty grains, which are for color and flavor. And then hops are kind of the spice. They can range from being very citrusy, like grapefruit or orange, and they can go all the way to very piney or kind of a grassy, or they're kind of In an IPA, it's really kind of the prominent characteristic. All beers do have some hops because they can kind of help keep the beer fresh.
Okay.
But some beers have more hops than others.
Okay, we're still waiting on caller number 12 at the Holly Grove Show. So caller number 12, listen to win it. You're going to win a certificate to go to the Beer Depot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's BX Beer Depot is what it's called. And they are going to show you how to make beer from home in case you don't get everything that Normand is telling us. Because it sounds a little tricky, but it sounds like easy at the same time.
I'm just here to encourage. It's not that hard. If you've been thinking about doing it, it's not that difficult.
So where do I find my beer recipes?
The recipes, you can find them online pretty
Okay.
easily. You can just Google it. If there's a certain beer that you really like, you can either ask for that style and call it a clone or a recipe, and that'll probably get you there.
Okay. So how can you sell beer from home?
You cannot. The state would not like that very much. Everything has to be regulated, and you can give it away. That's no problem. So you can make it for your, let's say, wedding anniversary, and you can give it away to all of your guests. But as soon as you start to sell it, then the state gets awfully interested. It's a lot of paperwork and certificates at that
So
point.
use it at your party or your event. Let's not
You can
sell this.
give it away, but
people.
you can't sell it.
So how do you make a hard cider?
Hard ciders are pretty easy too. That is just apple juice and then some yeast. as
Sorry,
well.
Norman, hold
Oh,
on.
no worries.
We have the 12th caller on
All
the
right.
phone. Hello, we have a winner. What is your name, please?
Carl.
What is it?
Carl.
Carl, all right. Well, you are our 12th caller, and you are going to win a certificate to bxbeerdepot.com. If you stay on the line, we will give you all the information that you need. So stay on the line, caller. One moment.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Okay, so go ahead. Sorry, Norman, right where you...
I'm sorry, what was I saying? So cider. So cider's a little trickier because you can't let them ferment out all the way. You kind of have to stop the fermentation process so that you have some alcohol and some sugar. Because when you drink it, you kind of expect it to be a little sweet. But those are pretty easy too and a lot of fun. I've made a couple.
Okay, so let's see. I think I pretty much asked you all the questions I have for you today. So
Okay.
anything I didn't cover that you'd like to tell the folks
I can
at
run you
home?
through the process real quick.
You know a lot
I know,
more than
right?
I do, so...
Okay, so the process is pretty easy. You're going to start off with your grain. There are
Okay.
two ways to do this. It's either grain or extract. I'm just
Okay.
going to happen to talk about all grain, and I'll pick up extract in a minute.
Sure.
So you're going to take your grain, and you're just going to soak it in hot water for about an hour, and then you're going to drain off that liquid, which is called wort at this point, and then you
called
boil it.
wort?
Wort, I know, right? This hobby has the most strangest names for things and processes that I've ever come across. Like just putting the yeast into something is called pitching. You pitch the yeast.
Okay.
There's no special process. It just means dumping it in there.
Okay.
So you take that that grain juice, also called wort, and you're going to boil it for an hour.
Okay.
And then during this boiling, that's when you're going to add your hops, a lot or a little, depending on the style. Then you have to cool it off very quickly. And to cool it off, you just take your kettle or your big pot, like you make spaghetti in, and then you put it in a bathtub full of ice. And then once it gets down to room temperature, like around 70 degrees, then you put it into your fermenter, which if you
Okay.
buy a kit, it's just kind of a little 1-gallon glass jar.
Okay.
You put it in there with your yeast. You shake it up to give it a little oxygen, and then you just put it someplace cold and quiet for about 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just...
And by cold, I mean around 70-some degrees. So
some people might not consider that cold.
I know. Well, for the beer they call it cold. That's a little warm, actually. So with the colder weather coming up, it'll be a little easier just to put it in a closet here in Florida.
Okay, very cool. One more time, I'd like to tell people to please go to the Lake Worth Playhouse. They are going to be doing this thing called Lake Worth Has Talent. So it's lakeworthhastalent.com, and it is going to be put on by Remax Prestige and the Children's Networking. And definitely, it's a great family event. And you also, your money, the proceeds goes to helping children. So that's going to be at November 1st at the Lake Worth Playhouse. And
Oh, cool.
yeah, it's going to be an awesome event. You should go. November 1st. They take a local talent from this area, not just Lake Worth, but
Right.
just South Florida. And they put on a little show, and it's a big show, actually. It's a great show, and
Okay.
some of these kids have fantastic talent.
Awesome.
So,
Sounds like fun.
so again, for the people at home, say your name and what you do.
I am Norm Freitag, and I like to make beer. I'm a home brewer.
But he doesn't sell it.
No, can't sell it.
Thank you so much for joining us this week on the Holly Grove Show. We
Thank you.
appreciate you coming down, and thank you, those of you at home, for listening in. Be sure to join us next week on the Holly Grove Show. Also visit me at hollygroveshow.com. Give me your input. Have a great night, everyone. See you next time. Be safe. Thank you for tuning in this week. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for more party tips and event planning.
The opinions expressed on the